What's poppin', gamers? It's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Fuck Freddy.
It's not Five Nights at Freddy's. Welcome to the MD Cast, episode 29. We are your usual hosts, Eric, Kyle, Tyler, and we have Q back! Q's back!
Mashallah, brothers. Allahu Akbar.
Q, it's like you never left.
Classic Q.
It just blows up.
Oh, that wacky Q, man.
And then you just see a corpse of me just lying in a corner.
Weekend at Q's.
Alright, someone revive him real quick. Revive me, bro. I have ray gun.
I have rice gum.
Oh no.
Let Eric die.
That's something that we started playing with one of our other friends, except for Kyle, because Kyle doesn't have fucking good internet.
Yeah, look, 80-hour downloads are not my forte.
Call of Duty World War II.
World War II.
World War III hasn't happened yet.
I know.
wish.
That's why I said World War II. But World War II. Thank you, Tyler. Me and Tyler and one of our other friends started playing that, so that's fun. That's it for that bit. But we've been
we're
drinking.
gonna get Eric to play Bloodborne.
Yes,
So-
I will play Bloodborne.
And we'll have great fun.
How is your shutdown, or not shutdown? How has your isolation been, Q? How many times have you masturbated?
Plenty. Enough to,
How
not
many
be able
stars are in the sky?
Yeah, that's a good one. Here's a chat answer. 7 times a day. 7 days a week. 52 weeks.
Tyler, stop it! We're
You're gonna get us demonetized. YouTube's gonna hear the. Yeah, we're still in my backyard, by the way.
Listen, if you hear anything in the background, trust me, it's in your head. In your head.
I just can't help it. It's a good song.
That's actually my family singing. That's not the original artist.
Yeah, This is original, you know.
Yeah, my neighbors are doing some construction. The next door down, 3 doors down.
Yeah,
They'll probably play that at some point.
probably.
But yeah. So if sounds like shit, I hate to say it, but go fuck yourself.
If it sounds like shit, well, sorry, we live in shit.
We live in a society.
Yep, we live in a
We
society.
dwell in a cave painting gathering.
But hey, at least you weren't here for the Love Shack.
Yeah, they were playing Love Shack pretty loud.
I still don't know what Love Shack is.
It's a song. Don't listen to it.
called
I don't know
Love Shack.
who it is.
Love Shack
don't
is
love
Was
Shack.
that the B-52s?
I don't fucking know. All I know is they made Love Shack.
I don't love
Well,
Shack.
then, yes, it is.
I thought
Why
Love
do you
Shack
guys-
was a band for the longest time.
No, why do you guys love Shaq? I don't get it. Yep. Kill
Why
me now,
not
please.
please?
Please kill me
Neil
now.
in person, I would.
Yuck.
Someone please shoot me right now. End my suffering.
You see, that entire silence, I was trying to think up a Nut Shack joke.
Nut Shack?
Why do you love Shack? Nut Shack.
What the fuck?
It's the Nut Shack.
Alright, can someone please send a hitman and kill us all real
Please.
I mean, we're consolidated in here. We just replaced that ceiling candle that we apparently have for
I got a
fucking bomb.
6 ceiling candle in my backyard.
Yeah.
It's
bet
under
you
my
wish you did.
my nut shack,
Yeah.
among the nut sacks.
This is the Nut Hut.
Nut Hut.
We only
Never
joke,
say that again.
We only joke under this canopy.
quick. So,
Fucking Nut
They
Shack.
restarted the song. That did.
the best way to stay fit during the pandemic is even if you can't go
Jerk
to a gym,
off.
even if you don't have a working out, equipment,
Jerk
It's
off so
too-
hard you clap your own ass.
is to go on YouTube and look up jelking videos and follow along 10 hours a day, 24/7, 7 days a week, and then you'll become thick.
You'll become so jelked.
And in between that, listen to Grant McDonald.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess.
While you
'Cause
after
he'll
you
grant
master,
you strength.
after you memorize all the videos, all you have to do is listen to the entire Grant McDonald's Ram Ranch cinematic universe twice, and you'll have surpassed humankind when it comes to jelking. the art of jelking.
I was hoping we wouldn't hit the Ram Ranch thing already.
Well, Q's with us. How could we not hit Ram?
Yeah.
We're all Ram Ranchers.
We're all Ram
They're
We're all
Ranchers.
cocksucking cowboys.
We're all trying to fuck Prince Harry in our own ways.
Yeah. Life is just one big journey. to
Hey,
find
he is a
ways-
femboy,
ones
don't
now.
you know?
What?
They're playing the original version now.
Don't bring it up, because then YouTube will be like, hey, they are.
No money for you.
We aren't getting fucking paid anyway.
Hey, I'd rather YouTube flag this for terrorism than copyright strikes anyways.
What the fuck? That's how we get put on a watch
That's a
list, boys.
challenge, YouTube. Flag me, daddy.
Peg me, daddy.
Peg me. It's time for your pegging session. Let's fucking go.
Oh my god.
Actually, that does remind me.
Have you ever got pegged or something?
No! This
Of course.
is the let's go meme, not the pegging.
Let's peg.
That's not.
The creators,
You must beg to get
the
pegged.
creators of I think it was Lethal League or whatever, are making
Rick and Morty?
Yeah, Rick and Morty. They're making a new game that's like that looks like a kind of successor to Jet Set Radio.
The fuck is Jet Set Radio again?
That was that old, like, I think it was PS1 era.
Oh, is it the one where it's
Dreamcast.
like the fucking robot ladies or something, where like you gotta
They're
dash from
rollerblade?
like point to point?
No.
It's the rollerblading
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah, you rollerblade.
Anime
like spray
rollerblading.
paint cans, and you guys spray paint
What
shit.
the fuck am I thinking of then?
Some probably
Robot?
hentai game.
Sunset
Yes.
Overdrive.
Some
That might
hentai
be
game.
it. No, I don't think so.
I'm not sure what you're thinking about.
I was thinking about like some weird fucking old game where it was like robot ladies or something, and some of them had red hair, and like the combat was like you gotta move from spot to spot, and then you'd shoot them, or like if you didn't move fast enough. I'm going off on a fucking tangent that I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Literally.
That could have been Jet Set Radio, because there was like, you could go up against the people and you could shoot them with
I
like,
just
spray
broke my
paint.
phone.
Very good.
It's okay.
Big move. But anyway,
But that was
that's
the
a
shit.
neat thing. I think there was some other one that's like a kind of, that looks like a kind of successor to one of Sega's old fucking games or some shit. But I don't remember what it is. Because it didn't interest me as much as Jet Set Radio.
Man, how would Jet Set Radio do in like the current game climate?
The current gamers would not appreciate the masterpiece of Jet Set Radio.
Honestly, probably not.
No, it's gotta be dedicated to what, can you hear it?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah?
It's hot. I'll do a challenge.
Let's fucking go!
We also have other neighbors who scream.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs.
You know what we should do for that little kid over there? We should all scream.
Huck
Yeah.
bricks at him.
What'd
We'll
you
wait.
say?
We'll wait
Huck
until he.
bricks at him?
We'll wait until he does it again.
To hit him.
He's just a little kid.
Fuck yes.
Pedophile.
We do not condone that.
Hey, listen, you Epstein extremists. You do not have a safe space in this podcast.
I can't wait for him to murder himself.
He's already.
I don't think it's murder of self if it's just suicide.
Wait.
He didn't commit suicide. He's in Alaska.
Hillary Clinton.
He is Alaska Thunderfuck.
He is. Na na na
Oh,
na na
no.
na na.
What you gonna do? And where you gonna go? I want your child porn.
What the
You know,
fuck?
in 20 years, when we get famous from doing this, they're gonna pull all the awful things we say up out of context, like that.
Well,
You know,
I
they'll
hope they
be
make
like,
good memes out of it.
hey, if
then.
I ever become a dictator, they'll be like, oh, all right, this guy.
You
kinda
are
like
forced
this.
to watch the MD cast.
Look, I'm just saying, if you become a
Give us
dictator and
them
you just
views.
silence us to like hide your past, at least give us the good gulag.
Oh no, you guys are all invited. I don't give a shit what they're fucking.
He's a dictator. Like, what's the fucking
Dude,
people gonna do?
It'll be like the actual
If I'm a dictator
movie.
and someone's gonna threaten me, I can threaten them back. Be
no
like,
threat, just
hey,
bust
you,
out
hey,
the
you, come
cat.
here, come
Boom.
here. Take, hey, you kid. All right, how old are you? 8. All right, here, take this Kalashnikov rifle and go shoot those fucking people.
Okay.
I'll give you $1 for it.
Have you seen the video of Joe Biden going up to like a fucking 7-year-old and he's like, "Are you 17?"
What?
It's a real video. Oh my god, I fucking
All right, real talk.
Have we
Who's
talked
gonna
about-
win the election this year?
Kanye.
Kanye.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so good when they start doing like polls and shit. I don't give a fuck who wins. It's gonna be hilarious.
Dude, it's just going down to shitter every
Honestly,
year.
I don't think Kanye can actually win.
No.
Ain't he
can't.
fucking like bipolar or some shit? I doubt you'd want that as your president.
Okay, he's bipolar and the other two are fucking dementia patients.
That's fair.
Other two are, what is it?
Pedophiles.
diddlers.
No.
Riddly diddly.
What's that fucking
Hey,
chick that's
you can
in jail
say
now? What's the other chick that's in jail now that they keep trying to like kill all the people connected
Maxwell, Ghislaine
Yeah.
Maxwell.
to her? Trump was like, I've met her multiple times. I mean, it's very sad that she's locked up.
She's gonna be the next one to murder herself.
No, because I think she's under watch of the FBI now. So they're
Don't
trying.
matter.
They killed the judge. They tried to kill the judge.
They
but
already did.
They got to her.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they did.
they literally
All
cut
I-
her down.
All I heard was that they shot her husband and he was in
Oh,
critical
yeah.
condition, and they killed her son.
No,
because
no.
She was in the basement.
Oh yeah. I thought she got shot up too.
I choked
Anyways,
on bacon.
We aren't fucking eating bacon. Where did you get bacon?
There's bacon on this.
Oh yeah, the pizza.
the yeets.
By the way,
We
we're
have
drinking an
penis.
amalgamation of spiced rum and Canadian vodka.
And piss.
We're drinking a novel drink called Coke and Rum, also known as cum.
Yes. Spiced cum.
Don't ruin Coke and Rum for me.
Hey, you called it Coke and Rum.
Speaking of
Cum now for you too.
Speaking of Tyler talking about cum, at the end of the video,
Oh,
Tyler has a
no.
very special reading session for us.
I can't read.
So stay tuned for that.
I can't read.
Man, I hope we remember that at the end.
I am.
Can you join in on him? And
Blind
and
people
also
can
make
read.
like goo goo gaga noises in the
I can't
background.
read Braille.
Time to learn.
Tyler can read.
Oh, I can't.
Tyler's read all of Berserk.
Oh, I have.
Oh yeah.
Tyler,
I played the game.
Tyler, you're discrediting me.
You wouldn't discredit poor Eric, would you?
I hate the ending of the game.
What?
You fucking
Wait.
fight big ghost man. Next, you know you're on ship, and that's where it ends.
Oh no, just
So
like the
you
manga.
can read because you've read it. You've read all the game's instructions and played it, knowing what to play
Nah,
and
he
where
just
to go.
throws the fucking controller at the floor until it works. It's like Tyler is everything Tyler does is just the epitome of a monkey typewriter situation.
I want to
So
see.
basically, he's monkey.
I want to
Yes.
see what would happen if you actually got like, let's say, 100 monkeys just in a room with a bunch of typewriters, but like, because obviously they wouldn't know how to work them. So like, you'd have a TV screen playing, and like there would be like people typing on the typewriters, and they'd have like words flashing on them. I want to see if you could get like a bunch of them to actually type out
Didn't
something.
they already do that? They actually had a monkey.
The monkeys
fucking...
all type the letter N or poggers. They all make the poggers faces too, and they get stared down. It's just N.
I'm pretty sure they actually did that. They actually had a monkey write one of Shakespeare's plays.
Really?
Well, and like the thing is, right? They've
Now,
also
can we
got,
make that monkey write up the entire plot for Emergence?
Bro.
That monkey would probably kill itself.
All right, listen. I have the physical copy of Emergence because I'm a reader of the fine arts. And,
fine arts.
I've had that manga, or that doujin, for probably about like 2 years now, and I still have only gotten halfway through it. I pulled it out yesterday. I'm like, I might try and read this, and I flipped through a couple pages, and I'm like, I fucking hate this. I hate reading this.
Dude, my favorite. You know the ending, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, my favorite
for me.
one is someone posted a JoJo like collab with that.
Oh no, this
Oh,
woman
no.
seems to be overdosing on the
Oi,
train.
Josuke! That girl looks very gravely injured.
I shall use my stand, Crazy Diamond. Do-do-do, do-do-do.
My brother started watching JoJo.
God help him.
He's gonna turn gay.
Oh.
Dude, my favorite meme, my favorite JoJo meme now for like, well, you know those people that are like, oh, is that a JoJo reference? Is it's in big captions. People at JoJo fan meetings, and it's literally just bunch of black guys deep throating bananas.
Alright, here's how you can tell what kind of person someone is through what they've seen of JoJo. Part 1, they're very bland. Part 2, they like excitement and colorful characters. Part 3, they're probably really gay. Part 4, they're even more gay. If you've seen JoJo, you have bad taste.
Everyone disses part 1. I don't know why.
I've never seen a fucking JoJo episode
You know-
in my life.
Not gonna lie though, people that criticize JoJo for being gay are the same people that would probably try to watch like the new One Piece series, for example. Like everyone has like 8 packs and every dude is like jacked to shit, like one of those bodybuilders or whatever. And they'll watch like those type of anime and they'll still call JoJo gay even though they love watching those type of anime.
And it's like I don't make any.
They're the same
assumptions
people
JoJo's
that watch
gay, I just
sports
think it's
animes.
stupid.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, people
This
that
is-
watch sport animes.
This is a
Peak gay.
fucking open diss. Sports animes are boring and dumb, unless they're the ones where it's the girls with big titties that are fighting on top of the floatables.
What about that ping pong one?
No.
What?
What about that ping pong one?
I don't even know what you're fucking talking about.
There was this one anime with a really weird art style, but it was like pseudo-realistic art style, but it was just about fucking ping pong.
Dude, I don't
Well, I
watch
know what you're talking
anime.
about. I think I've seen like a show.
Yeah, there aren't very many ping pong animes, so I
No.
hope you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Balls of Fury.
That's a
I
good
watched that
anime.
recently.
That's
I
a
fucking
good
love
anime.
that movie.
Movie's a classic.
You know, I don't watch movies or animes or anything like
I'm
that. I
blind.
only watch
Kyle is blind.
Mongolian cave paintings that are on Twitch being streamed. Oh man, those curves on those rock cave paintings. Oh,
I can beat my meat to death.
they got super realistic HD nipples.
I only watch anime that is at least 5 years old. Speaking of which, I started watching The Last Airbender recently. Pretty good.
You're not even the only person I know who's been rewatching The Last Airbender recently.
Well, it's
Dude,
because it's on Netflix
do you
too, but
think
I have the
that is
physical
true?
Do
copy.
you think there's stuff like cum bending and cock bending?
There's piss bending. It's confirmed.
yeah,
There's
there
LARPing.
is canon piss bending.
Confirmed cum bending real.
But I mean, haven't
Did you
ever...
know that if your favorite Avatar Last Airbender character reflects on who you are in real life, who is your favorite character?
You know how Aang
Cum
got
bender.
that one chick pregnant? He literally just cum bended the cum sprayed it.
Who's your favorite characters?
From
This is going to reflect poorly on me, but also it's the answer everyone would give. Toph.
Pedophile!
Hey, she was
no
the sick. She was
Ira,
probably
what?
older than
Wait.
I was
This
when
is
I watched
only
that
characters
show.
from Avatar.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I hear the Prince dude is pretty decent from the character development.
Zuko? Yeah, Zuko's cool.
Because he got taken down
I'm
from
just
being like
I'm just kidding about Toph.
Oh,
Toph
yeah,
is
I know.
pretty good.
Oh, that grandpa that teaches
Ira.
Zuko's apparently really good too.
Uncle Ira. He's
Yeah,
the fucking
he's apparently-
best.
I'm
He's a
gonna be
baller.
honest.
He's
The
the
most I remember from him is the meme. You gotta ask the real questions. Because that's a really good meme.
My favorite would be Sokka, I think. Sokka's pretty cool. because like my reasoning for it is like he didn't have any bending abilities, but he still mastered every single tribe's like regular fighting style. He was pretty cool.
My favorite is that one weird monkey dude. He looks like a knit.
Which one's that?
I like the lemur.
The pet.
It's good to be back.
Back in the shadow.
Would you let Chris Chan control your body for a day if you
No.
can control his?
No.
Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't remember who Christian
There
was.
is nothing I could do in his
The
body
most
that I want to
well-documented man in the history of mankind.
Exactly.
do. There is nothing in his body that I would want to do enough to let him do whatever he would actually do in mine.
Hey, if it's for the sake of humanity,
Like,
I'll
I'd come
sacrifice
back and
myself in his
I'd
body.
find like my fucking anime figures or whatever with cum on them or something.
He
Like-
would shove him up his ass.
You wouldn't find him.
They'd just be
You'd
gone
find him
forever.
in a surgery table.
Listen,
Wonder why your ass hurts.
did I ever send that pic?
Urethra.
That video of the one Koan
No.
character? Like, a guy had a anime figure of her, and he's like, "You-chan," and then he's like, "I got something special for later," and then he holds up a condom just kind of in the corner of the screen, and then they play the Ultra Instinct song. Now, what I want to know is, obviously, this just doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, I think he's gonna hot glue it, but why does he have a condom if he's gonna hot glue it?
Just like slap it on top.
That's pointless.
What I just don't want to get the figure dirty.
Like maybe
They,
he's trying
they
to,
want you to think it's hot.
maybe he's trying to do that thing where you like take a condom and tie it, and then the girl like wears it, kind of like on her belt, you know.
But it's a very small. Now, here's what I was thinking though.
the kills, the amount
lot
of
of-
kills.
A lot of anime characters, their hair is fairly cylindrical.
Huh?
He don't want to get doo-doo
Cylindrical?
on
Define.
the on his figure. He gonna put the condom on the figure, and then it gonna go splunking.
Disgusting.
Can we stop talking about
Yeah.
this?
You
This
guys
is-
seem
this is
very
just what
well.
I think about.
You guys seem very well versed in this topic that I am very unfamiliar
I
with.
spend a lot of time around degenerates.
I mean, I don't know how familiar you need to be
That
with the
doesn't
concept
help.
of shoving a fucking anime girl up your ass.
Yeah, it's pretty basic knowledge. If you're an anime fan, you love shoving anime figures up your ass. It's just common sense. If you don't do that, you're not an anime fan.
Yeah.
If you
all
ain't from
anime fans do.
Wisconsin, you don't do this.
I guess I'm not an anime fan.
Same here.
But you know what? I think.
Wait.
Fucking casual.
You know, I think nuking Hiroshima was a mistake. Now that I think about it,
They won the long game.
they won. This is what they wanted you to believe.
All right. Now that we're on this topic, do sex toys have the best lives in Toy Story universe?
No, because people like Chris Chan exists.
Well,
Wait. Let's think about this.
Tyler's weighing in.
He's the expert.
We know in Toy Stories, toys come to life.
yes.
Would
And they like being played with.
a fleshlight actually come to life, or like say the sex doll?
Well, it's a sex toy.
That's
so.
the kind of
It has
thing,
to be designated
That's what
as
I'm
a toy.
thinking.
and that's the kind of thing too with the Cars universe as well. When does sentience stop?
Wait.
And like they developed that
Bigger
in,
question.
No, hold on. They developed that in
Does
episode.
a My Little Ponies figure come to life?
All right, listen. They developed that further in Toy Story 4, where they had Forky come to life. That was not originally a toy. That was a fork with googly eyes on
But he
it.
was made into a quote toy state.
Exactly. So sex toys have toy in
Put
the
some
name.
googly eyes on a fleshlight.
No, I was gonna say, if a fleshlight talks like all the other toys, does the vagina open up and stuff?
Absolutely.
And it just queefs out words?
It would be like the one penguin with the squeaky toy in it.
What about like an entire torso one? You know those. What about like the friggin' human-sized ones?
They would come to
That's
life
what I
too.
was thinking.
And Andy would tattoo his name on its foot as well.
All right. Here's the real question, though, right?
Don't throw this one out.
Here's
Whatever you do, don't
All
throw
right.
this one
I'm gonna
out.
hit you all with the real hypothetical. All right. So, if a sex toy, toys like being played with, sex toys, their purpose is to be fucked or whatever. So theoretically, their purpose would be used. Theoretically, they'd be happy with that. They'd be fine with that. That's what they're made for.
Yeah.
Now, what if Andy buys a big old dildo and sticks it up his ass?
It still enjoys it.
Would it be satisfied if it was intended for a fucking woman?
Well, that just probably boils down to the same thing: condoms.
But no, here's what I'm thinking. Like, the whole Forky thing, he wasn't truly a toy until he was toyified, like the googly eyes and whatever. But when the same thing applied to, like, a fleshlight, 'cause it is classified as a toy, but it doesn't have any...
That's when it loops back around, too. Is it just a perpetual hell as well? Because Buzz Lightyear didn't know he was a toy until he was told he was a toy. Would a like, vibrator just be, like, constantly screaming? Maybe it's like, oh, my vibrator died again. It's just because, like, when you leave it alone, it's just constantly on, and that's just its way of screaming. It's like, don't shove me anywhere anymore.
Let me hit you with a real question. In the Cars cinematic universe, when does machine sentience stop?
Well,
or when does it start?
Here's the thing, too.
If you're just a little cog, does that mean you're sentient and you're just a parasite in a gigantic car's body, or like a mechanical thing's body, and you're just all made up of parasites?
Pixar didn't intend people like us to be watching the Cars universe,
Was
but I'm
there
an
a
avid
Car
Cars
Hitler?
fan.
Pixar
There was
didn't
definitely a
intend-
Cars
There
Hitler.
was a Cars
There was a
Hitler, I'm
Cars
pretty sure.
9/11. There was a Cars... all tragedies that happened. There was a Cars Crusade.
All right, how did this happen? When did this sentience start? When cars didn't exist?
It started with a post-apocalypse.
When you know how humans are all like ooga booga primitive and everything, cars didn't exist because they weren't invented.
It's just cars replaced humans.
And
Humans never existed to
why
begin with. They're just
Pixar
replacing
just
cars.
didn't think about like people like us shedding light on these topics, because sentience, there's not really a defining line when it ends, because in Cars 1 there's little cars that are intended to be flies flying around a fluorescent light bulb, and there's like planes that have the car's sentience, there's boats, any vehicle, as well as cows. Cows are boiled down to tractors. Why do they have cows? Why are there tractor cows? What purpose do they have?
What? Why are planes? What are planes flying in themselves if cars can't really fit in there? Why are all
Cars
the
can fit into
commercial
planes.
Let's think about it this way,
commercial planes with hundreds of people in it and just
If planes and boats and cars and flies and tractors have sentient, tractors can't speak as well. Why are some cars more superior to others? And why are
that's because
trains must be living in a perpetual hell. They're constantly in their own... There's a train in Cars 1, and it must be going insane because he sees all these other cars and planes and shit flying around. There's blimps too. There's confirmed blimps. The train must be just like, I am sanctioned to these tracks. Do the trains carry people? What do the trains carry? What do cars need to eat? All they need is gasoline. Where do they find the gasoline? Do they have wars over gasoline? Do they have Cars Iraq fighting over gasoline?
how do you think they've achieved this sentience? Through Allah and jihad.
There is Cars religion too. It's confirmed in the second one. Because there is Pope Car. He is encased in dome for possible Pope assassinations. There are guns too. They've confirmed this in the second one as well. There are Cars guns. There's Cars War. There's a World War II truck in Cars 1.
So I think the idea is
We're
that
going
Cars
too
War
deep.
is basically Twisted Metal.
The FBI are just gonna the Pixar hit squad is gonna roll up soon.
Come and get me. I don't care anymore.
Really, the first Planes movie, it shows a guy that was in World War II.
Yeah, one of the planes was a World War II plane.
Exactly. There was Cars Hitler. He believed
There was
that-
Cars communism.
He believed that Volkswagen was the master race.
Only sentient ones are the ones that are not N.
Fucking hell.
That's all it ends up to.
And in Cars 2, there was a potential race war between the lemons. There were lemon cars. And lemons are just really bad cars that like just break down and stuff, but they were like, we are going to be supreme, and then Mater stopped it somehow. I don't remember a lot of Cars 2, but he fucks a plane.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Thank you, Kyle.
Of all the people, it's you, Kyle. That's funny. It was supposed to be either me or Eric,
Look, we're all about breaking norms here.
We're all about breaking normies.
And, but you know what? By process of elimination, that leaves Tyler to be the one to be the dragon who fucks cars.
Why am I the dragon that fucks cars?
I don't make the rules, Tyler.
Okay, Tyler, then
That's
you're the
just
car.
I don't want to be either.
that's too damn bad.
You only got two options. Either you're the dragon or you're the car that gets fucked. Either you're
Actually,
the
no,
prey
you
or
don't
the
have
predator.
you don't have a choice anymore. You're just gonna be the car. Period.
If you're gonna have that attitude, you're gonna be the car that gets fucked.
What if they just become a singular entity?
What if they had actual animals in the Cars universe, and they were like, "What the fuck is that?" What if just in the background of like Cars 3 or something, just a human walked by? That would be crazy. That would be insane.
And the break immersion.
What if they had like an animated movie and it like that, but then they just have like a real ass person walk by?
And he's like 60 feet tall, and it's just little Hot Wheels all along.
Beat that.
What if Siren Head just walks by and does the Fortnite dance in the background of one of the Cars movies?
He does Gangnam Style.
Blaring the fucking music from his head.
Yeah. Now that's sentience.
No, that's casual.
Oh, fuck.
Now that's Swifty.
I was running this bit by Conrad, and he laughed at it, so I'm gonna do it here too. How funny would it be if, like, all those like people that are really into self-help? They're like, yeah, I was kind of at rock bottom, but like I got my life together. What if it was somebody talking like that, but it was like them currently going through rock bottom? Like, there's just a failed businessman that's like, yeah, I had a 6-figure job, but like it was kind of toxic. I had to do a lot of work, and it was just a drain in my life. So I quit. I started drinking, and I felt a lot better about myself because I was doing that. I felt kind of free. And then my wife and kids, they were kind of like, you got to stop drinking. You got to get a job, and I just dropped them. I just left them because it was a lot better for me. I felt a lot more free. They were kind of clingy. They cared a little bit too much about me. And
this hypothetical makes me more depressed the more I listen to it.
I feel a lot better about myself. and
then I found ketamine.
And then I found the light of Allah.
And then I found this girl. I started talking to her. She's 16, and and like because I'm drinking, she's like, hey, can I have some too? I think she's kind of only with me because like I can buy her alcohol, but it's kind of like Romeo and Juliet. Like we shouldn't be together.
Why does this
but
sound
like
so Canadian?
But like we're just kind of having fun. She's doing her own thing. I buy her alcohol sometimes. It's all right.
You get my pee-pee touched.
No, so Eric,
this
like,
is
do you have something you need to confess, or
now this is a natives reserve moment.
Honestly.
And some people were like, hey, maybe you need some more balance in your life. And then they said you should try yoga. So I tried a little bit of yoga, and I said, wow, that's kind of boring. So I did heroin instead.
basically.
So the whole point of the bit is to bring an uplifting light to fucking destroying your own life.
I found it funny.
Actually, we're on drugs right now.
Are we?
I wish.
On the topic of drugs, sorry. My roommate, who I play airsoft with, dislocated his shoulder, and he got sent to the emergency room.
Oof.
And they gave him fentanyl first.
Oh shit.
And
Holy fuck.
then they gave him ketamine, and he told me that it was exactly how vaporwave feels when you're on ketamine.
You need to watch him because he's gonna get fucking hooked if he's not careful, man.
Oh, he's gonna be a cop, or so he says. So I don't think he will.
That doesn't exactly restrict him.
Okay.
But I thought it was friggin' funny because he told me it's exactly how vaporwave feels.
Vaporwave.
It's much like drinking carbonated water. It's just exactly how TV static tastes like.
Tyler is really bashing fucking carbonated water. He was on this last episode too. All right, Tyler. This is your debate episode. You're debating the entire world against carbonated water. Go.
How can you drink something and like that and say it tastes good. It's literally trash. It's gross.
Counterpoint, it tastes good.
How does it taste good?
Double
Water
counterpoint.
is good, carbonation is good.
Double counterpoint. If you ever see those Pokemon carbonated waters, there's like I don't know.
I mean, I've never
some
even seen a
Taiwanese
Pokemon.
company
I don't know
makes
how I'm
it.
supposed to
Technically
know
speaking, Vaporeon is closest to human genitalia.
You shut your mouth. But those carbonated waters are actually friggin' lit, and like it doesn't actually feel like carbonated water,
They're
but
the
it
closest thing to a dildo for cheap as well. Thank me later, gamers.
All you need is a water stone. And Eevee.
You gotta be a fucking masochist to drink carbonated water. That shit's so gross. It's worse than drinking alcohol.
But it's water.
Coming from you, I don't know, man. Worse than drinking alcohol? Big doubt.
Like,
I
how can
can't
it be
stand
worse
it.
than... Because it is water. At worst, it doesn't have a taste.
It's water
it
with
literally
carbon.
tastes like TV static.
That's
How do you do
carbonation.
that?
You don't like drinking TV static, Tyler? Every night I'm just in front of my TV licking it.
Yeah.
Like, how are you not doing that? We're all doing
Like,
that.
I love
think
the
that
zappy
was, I think that was
feel.
the plot of Poltergeist.
Yeah, that's what the girl was doing. She was licking the TV
Yeah,
because the
remember?
TV static
She was sitting there in
tasted
front of the TV and she was just drinking it up.
That's how
And-
the ghost came, because she
Yeah.
drank all of it up, and then the TV ghost came through.
The TV ghost didn't have any static to stop it from coming through. It's like, what'd you do with my TV static? And she's like, I slurped it up. And he's like, oh, shit. Well, fucking come on into the party zone. We'll drink all the carbonated TV static.
Kyle, can I get you to say enter the crunchy zone, no sock, no shoe?
Like, how?
The same
Just
way
say
you
it.
did the first time you said it that made me laugh really hard. You never did it on the podcast.
I don't
But
know
it
how I
was,
said
it was the same way that, like, I feel the same way about it that you feel the same way about the guy saying, what? It's all Earth?
What?
It always
enter
was.
the crunchy zone, no socks, no shoes?
No, you were like, enter the crunchy zone, no sock, no shoe.
Enter the crunchy zone, no socks, no shoes?
No, you said it more soothing.
I can't do soothing.
Yes, you can. You did it. I'm holding Kyle at gunpoint right now. Do it!
Enter the crunchy zone, no socks, no shoes.
That was pretty close. That's good.
Okay.
Cock's gun. Do it again.
Oh no, we're about to enter the real crunchy zone. No socks, no shoes, full Glock. On you! Fucking, we were playing Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Dark
And
Souls is fucking awesome.
as I fucking hollow sucked my dick. don't worry about it. We were
Don't
playing-
worry about it.
We were playing Dark Souls, and as I am wont to do,
Hello, Blaze. Do you want to have sex later?
I made a fucking. I just randomly did sounds from a song, and so I made the sounds that they do in a song. I can't remember what song it is, but they go like dido dido dido.
Oh.
And fucking Eric and Tyler both freaked the fuck out. And I'm sitting there like, why are these people so angry
Because
at
I
me?
thought you were doing like Crazy Frog mixed with Cotton Eye Joe or something.
Like, you fucking sat there, it's like, did you just fucking mix up Hamster Dance and Chop Suey?
I was the one that said chop suey. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
And I sit there, I'm like, no!
That was the most genuinely angry I got in a long time. Alright, here's a fun fact. I'm not actually balding. It's just, anytime I get angry, I throw my hat off and I start ripping my hair out.
It happens often.
It sure do.
Sure do.
It was an absurd event.
Do it again.
What?
Do it.
Do the song again.
It goes something like, dido, dido dido.
Dee-dee-dee-da-dee-da-do.
The toxicity of the city.
I don't know why we got so mad either.
It was
You
because
were angry, dude.
I got really fucking upset.
And it's fucking weird because you were both super angry for different things. Neither of you agree.
Because
on
neither
what
of
it
them should be
was.
like mixed together.
It wasn't
Says
even the fact
you.
that it was mixed. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? What made you do that sound that no one knows? Was it chop suey?
No.
Then we kept on making him do it again and again.
Yeah, we asked her to do it like 10 times.
Kept on making me do it.
Just so we
And
could
we got angrier every time. It's like, do it again.
Cox Glock, do it now.
I can milk you.
Vile.
Oh, drink skis.
Drinkos.
Big sippies.
You ever pissed in your mouth?
No.
You ever pissed your pants at a sleepover before?
No.
Yes.
No.
Me too, Matt. Fist bump. We're survivors.
Like, have you ever like either been privy to or been a victim of that thing where you like where someone gets their like fingers put in a glass of like warm water?
No.
I have
Wait,
not.
wait, boys. We're glossing over the most important thing that Eric just says. Has anyone pissed in their own mouth? Why are we just skipping that? He just casually said that.
I didn't want to answer the question, so I just ignored it.
Tyler did it!
I was so shocked after I said no. I was like, wait, did that actually
But like, I did piss my pants once at a sleepover, and it was a. All right, it's one of those fear things where like you piss your pants once at a sleepover, you take 3 pisses before you go to bed every night for the rest of your life. You shit your pants once, you never trust a fart again. All right,
Blatantly false. I still trust farts sometimes.
I'm gonna be crystal clear. Over COVID, over the isolation, I sharted. It was horrible.
What happened?
I fucking shit my pants because I trusted a fart. What the fuck do you want me to say?
Wait, so were you actually diagnosed with COVID or some shit, or no?
No, actually, yeah, I should probably bring that up. I got food poisoning of some kind.
That's what I figured.
And like I woke up, I was ready to go to work, I roll over and I just throw up all over the floor. And then I can't keep any food down for the rest of the day, and I'm like, okay, this is probably food poisoning, but I'm gonna go and get tested anyways. It took fucking 3 hours. They're like, oh no, it's quick, you just drive through, you get the thing shoved up your nose, it's fine. It took 3 hours. I waited in line, drove through, parked, waited a half hour, then went inside, waited another half hour, and then I got the thing shoved up my nose. And alright, listen, everybody listen, you never know how big something is until it gets shoved inside of you. Because like, oh, it's just a little thin thing, and like I get it shoved up there, it's like I got chlorine in my nose times 3. Alright, I'm gonna be real with you, it wasn't that bad, it was only 3 seconds, but if it was any longer, I would have freaked out. It was rough.
They just all the way down to your
It
balls.
just keeps going.
That's what it felt like. If they kept, like, it only went in a certain way, but I feel like it went in much deeper than it probably did, because it just feels weird. It feels weird.
Yeah.
I would have rather gotten a needle.
You know, it's funny. I worked 3 months at a security company where it was a long-term care home that I had to screen workers and visitors coming in.
You had to vibe check them.
Yeah, literally, they all asked me to shoot them because they don't want to be there. But other than that,
Glossing over the fact that you did.
with a temperature gun, no less, they tested everyone in that entire facility except me. And then here's the funny part. I had like 4 other people that were working there with me. Not at the same time. But they all had to wear gowns and masks and gloves. And yeah, I have to wear a mask, obviously. But they didn't give a shit when I wasn't wearing a friggin' gown and like gloves and everything. Because I was like, it's way too hot, fuck that. And then every single time one of my coworkers get caught not wearing that shit, they got yelled at a bunch. But
They'd run
I've
over, grab them
never
by the
gotten
neck,
yelled
and
at.
like pin them to the lockers and kiss them on the neck, sensually.
Stay away from me,
Yeah.
That's not proper social distancing.
It's too hot for me, honestly.
It's been too hot for me for the past summer.
It's been.
It's been too hot.
I legit just stay in my room with the AC turned on, and if it's so hot, if it's so hot, the AC doesn't work enough.
I don't ever have AC on because it just costs more to fucking use it.
Yeah, but I think it's worth spending money to have an AC
I
on.
would think so. My mother does not.
Rather than soaking up all your clothes and doing laundry like once a couple days.
Solution:
Everybody look
don't
at
wear
Tyler.
clothes.
Everybody look at Tyler. He looks like Susan Boyle. Susan Boyle, the one chick on like Britain's Got Joke.
It's got gel.
Where it was like, no, a deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop of
However,
golden sun.
We know he's a good dude. He's got a good conscience. He's got an angel on his shoulder.
He sure do. There's a little angel a little angel cum idol behind his head.
Yeah.
The Angel of Coon.
Who's your celebrity crush? Let's talk about girls.
I don't know, that one girl from iCarly?
iCarly?
Caitlyn Jenner.
No, the other one. The one who played Sam.
Sam?
Oh, good taste.
Hey.
There was so much deep fake porn of her. It was unbelievable.
I know.
You enjoy her iCarly days.
I know.
I know. Oh my fucking god.
Lucy Liu.
Who's that?
That's
Lucy
a
Liu.
classic.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know Lucy Liu.
No.
She was the main baddie from Kill Bill 1. She got fucking scalped.
Yeah.
I never watched Kill Bill.
Never watched.
Charlie's
All right,
Angels.
adding it to the list now. I have a perpetual list that keeps growing and growing
You watch
of
Charlie's
movies
Angels?
that we. No, we're not watching
No,
Charlie's Angels.
What about Futurama?
Yeah.
She was one of the heads in there. She was there quite
That was-
often.
That was the episode that made me like, oh, I like fucking Lucy Liu.
It was funny.
Because it was
This
like
is when
everybody.
This is when his yellow fever woke up.
Everybody got like, I don't know. I think it was like everybody got a Lucy Liu sex bot, and I was like, I want a Lucy Liu sex bot too.
In Futurama, if like say you're a
Jesus.
celebrity, they just fucking cut your head off, and you were able to live like that.
Yeah, they just put your
they
head in a
just put the
museum.
head on pause.
Mr. Epstein's in there.
Richard Nixon was like a prominent
Bender just
character.
kept Lucy Liu in his fucking container. He'd be like, "Hey, Lucy Liu, what up?" And fucking close it.
Futurama was like something from a bygone era. It feels like it was so long ago, but I used to watch like I've probably seen every single episode of Futurama at least twice, including the movies. And I still remember so little about it because it's been so long.
Yeah.
I hear it's a really good show.
It is a really good
I-
show. It's just I don't know if I'm up to rewatching it.
I always liked it more than The Simpsons, but clearly one
Yeah.
kept going longer than the other.
Well, it's better to burn out than to fade away. I can't stand The Simpsons now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same thing with
current
Family
Simpsons
Guy.
and Family Guy is horrible compared to like
Yeah.
when it first started.
So,
I
like-
always liked American Dad more than Family Guy too.
Thank you, a man of culture.
A man of culture.
Wow.
I do my
A man
best.
of America.
Good
Don't kick me.
morning, USA. I got a
Honestly-
feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
Best openings, American Dad takes it.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
you remember
though,
when
like,
it was a thing to speedrun the American Dad opening?
Yeah.
That's another thing from a fucking bygone
Do
era.
you not know about this?
no,
Alright,
dude, I watched American Dad when I was like friggin' 12. I was like, all these Cartoon Network shows
All these
suck,
racks give me a boner.
except what is it, Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's like the only Cartoon Network show that I really watched. And then other than that, it was OG Family Guy and OG American Dad.
I only watch Cartoon Network,
I mean-
but fucking back like a year ago maybe, they had this weird thing on YouTube where they would do like speed runs, like gaming speed runs of the American Dad intro, and so it'd be like American Dad intro, floor skip speed run, and so it'd start playing, and it'd do like the bit where he jumps out of bed. Except they'd just like repeat it when he lands, like it's some kind of video game glitch, and he goes instantly through the floor, and so it skips ahead to where he's in the kitchen. and they just do these weird things to do they'd speed run the American Dad intro, and it would they'd find some new way to quotes skip bits.
That's another thing too. Speedrunning has always been kind of an interesting thing to me. I've never watched an actual speedrun before.
They're too long for me.
Oh yeah, they're all like 9 hours long.
I got something to say after Eric.
But like,
They'll knock over
it's
you.
always been kind of intriguing because like I've watched documentaries about like this guy revolutionized speedrunning Spyro 3, and I'll watch the entire like 20-minute episode of that, but I won't watch the speedrun because like it's good background noise. Speedrunning is interesting, but I could never like hold myself to a game for that long to speedrun it. I've never seen the point in speedrunning, but it's always held my attention somehow.
Speedrunning, I like speedrunning in that it's impressive to see all the ways people basically master ways to break games or minimize like downtime. Like, I remember the only speedrun that I've seen like that I know a little more about was a Demon Souls speedrun. Because I remember, I just remember one trick because like, especially with these, people are deep-throating Pocky. But like, especially with like these Souls games and shit, it's basically like you're sprinting forward, you never fucking stop for anything. So it's it was interesting to see a Demon Souls speedrun where like you'd see him sprint up to one place, sprint past the enemies, and he'd jump out of the map. Like, it was practiced, it was perfect. He knew exactly where to jump. Jumps out of the map, quits the game. When he starts back up, he's in the boss room behind the boss where he can't get hurt. And he just beats up the boss. And it's like, that's the interesting stuff. It's just everything else does not particularly interest.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, sometimes I'll watch like failed speedruns as well because like they freak out because it's maybe like 9 hours in or something, and they're like they mess up a jump just a little bit and then they don't make it, and it's like, no!
Because like in speedrunning, every second matters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you make one mistake, that could mean the run's over.
Like, my favorite things to
take a
watch
piss.
when it comes to speedrunning is I watched Doom Eternal, the new Doom.
Yeah.
I
speedrun.
hate Doom speedruns because it's insane what they do, and to think like something like that still exists in the game where the developers are like, how the fuck do these people do this?
Yeah. I watched the friggin' IGN devs react to speedrunners video, and I was like surprised because like I originally watched those to see what would people do to exploit, or like how people think just to exploit a game just for this title, pretty much, speedrunner. And the madman literally completed the game in 27 minutes or something like that. The entire friggin' Doom game.
Because in Doom, there's this weird system or mechanic for jumping in it where...
Yeah, the circle, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
The way it works is, like, say you jump onto a car, obviously you have that little bit of space before you actually hit the ground. Mm-hmm. And in that space, you gotta open up your weapons thing.
Yep.
Fucking have that scroll wheel go whoosh, and you fucking just launch into the fucking air, and even when you're jumping, it's like a very like you can probably basically bee-hop and fucking...
And you have to navigate. Oh yeah, well, it's because of Quake Engine, right? That's why they can bee-hop in that game still.
Bee-hop around.
But the thing is, it's just what made people think about, like, sure, that's an exploit. The jumping thing is an exploit, but the fact that people can literally navigate through the entire game in one jump and then land specifically on this tiny
like a
grid.
fucking tiny grid where it's the elevator to get up and to smash fucking E at the exact point you need to, where it just spawns and it counts.
And then the crazy thing about that speedrun in that game is the fact that they do it like 3 times at that exact same spot.
Yeah.
So it's like
Eric has reintegrated.
So it's like first, like, the game starts up, or the game starts up. This guy just gets onto this little ledge, just does that jumping trick, and then just launches to the next map.
Have you ever seen? Because that reminds me. Have you ever seen Dark Souls, like the original Dark Souls, quick swapping PvP?
No.
In the original Dark Souls, there was this strategy people would use. Because, like, It was
I thought you were gonna.
you know how
drink
like
this
in
and
Dark
just leave
Souls
that
you,
for the
you know
end?
how in Dark Souls you parry someone and you have like a brief moment to hit them with riposte.
Yeah.
In the original Dark Souls,
We
it was a
reposted in
thing.
the wrong neighborhood.
It was a thing people would do where they would have whatever weapon equipped, and if they parried someone, they would instantly open their inventory, swap out their weapon to like a dagger that's like max leveled so they could get like the maximum crit bonus, and they one-shot kill you, and they like swap out their rings and shit. So it is literally a thing. If you look up like Dark Souls 1 quick swapping, there are people who will parry someone and then they will switch out their entire equipment set and then get the parry. Like get the riposte.
That's like the equivalent of 360 no-scoping someone. Nice knee,
It
Q.
pretty much is.
Wow.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
This reminds me of the thing I was going to say after Eric.
Yeah, I was gonna say. you
Sorry
can say
about that.
It's alright. It turns out I held the God of War 2 world record at one point.
Really?
Because I was watching a video on what the current God of War 2, or it was like just like an overall like speed runs for games. I saw the time for God of War 2. That I go back to my save and I look at it. I'm a minute under his, but I had no way of actually proving it was legit or anything, so I could never actually like truly submit it. I was like, man, this guy's a fucking rookie because all my times were lower than
Rookie
his.
numbers.
Actually,
Get
if you
Catch
think
Big
about it,
T
there
out
could
here.
be people that are even better than you, but they just never posted, right?
That's,
Well,
that's
that's
an
the
interesting
thing,
thing
right?
to think
Like
about.
people that aren't accessible to like friggin' posting it on whatever app, or they don't really want to bother. Could you imagine someone finishing a friggin' video game in like 2 seconds?
And like, I remember I was way better at playing a video game when I was a kid.
I think we all were.
Because like,
they're just whenever I go back to play a game I used to really like as a kid, I go back and try to play. I'm like, man, these controls suck. Man, I'm really bad at this game. Man, this game sucks. And
You
I
gotta
controls
remember-
suck.
we just had so much more time when we were kids to like
Oh, yeah.
master games like that.
Like all day, every day, I was playing.
Like-
I was playing this one game or another. But then I go back to play it. And I'm like, man, now that I like play other games with like good controls and shit, I go back to this shit and I'm like, wow, I cannot do this.
And like it goes back to like the idea of like we didn't have money when we were kids. We were too poor to buy like other games. Like if we got stuck on a video game, we had to figure it out ourselves because
Oh,
it was
yeah.
before the
Portal
internet.
2.
Yeah, we learned our own fucking tricks.
What's the other thing?
Like I've probably beaten
Oh.
the Warriors probably at least like 60 times when I was like maybe 10 years younger than I am now. I loved that game. I played that game day in and day out. I fucking loved that game.
You guys remember when video game books were a thing?
Yeah.
Like,
Define
like a
video
guy-
game books.
Like guidebooks
Listen.
and like shit like that.
I had the-
buddy.
They still released those for a little while. I remember there was the
They
Dark
still-
Souls
they-
3
they-
game book.
They stopped those in like 2016 because
I
nobody were
still
buying
own
them.
old cheat books.
I remember when I got Grand Theft Auto 5, I got the Grand Theft Auto 5 cheat book with me.
You know what was the biggest disappointment in my gaming life ever? So I had a copy of Borderlands 2 when it first came out, 2012. And I bought the guidebook and everything, and I was so excited to play. And keep in mind, I was like, what, 2012, so I was 14. I didn't know jack shit about computers. I thought it would just run, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Computer couldn't run it. I had to wait 4 years before I could play that game. And oh my god, I had the biggest gaming orgasm the moment I could play that game.
The
Because,
biggest gorgasm.
yeah. Because it's like a game you anticipated, you wanted to play. I didn't give a shit about any of the new games that came out after it. But oh my god, Borderlands 2 still holds my favorite game ever title to this day.
You ever have a game that you were so excited to come out and then it came out and you fucking hated it?
Oh yeah, Battlefront 2, baby. Fuck that game. Still shit. Still shit. They fixed a lot of stuff, but it's still shit.
There were definitely things like that. I remember
Borderlands 3.
We don't talk about that.
off the top
We
of
already
my
talked
head,
about
I
it, that's
fucking,
why.
like, I think of, like, Far Cry 4. It's like, Far Cry 4 wasn't a bad game. It's just... It wasn't a bad game. It was a good game. It's just...
It's not Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
It's not Far Cry 3, and at most, is just repeating what Far Cry 3 did.
Well, dude, you can't say that because all the Far Cry games are just repeats themselves.
That's true.
Doesn't matter
Well,
for
the
day
second
one,
one, you had fucking malaria, and you had to take pills to keep yourself alive.
Well, I haven't played 1 and 2, but
In real life, I have malaria and I have to take pills to keep myself alive, Tyler. Check your privilege.
Malaria is curable. What do you mean?
Not my kind.
Tyler, this is his culture. This is fucking identity.
You are not part of the malaria tribe, Tyler. You don't have an opinion.
Tyler,
was
you're
funny 'cause-
fucking disgusting. You able immune system.
You don't
fuck.
have malaria. You can't talk.
Fucking Far Cry 2 is based in Africa.
yeah. The
That
thing
doesn't
is,
sound very base to me.
The new one? Did you see the trailer for Far Cry 6 coming out?
I saw like the little teaser, like the 15-second teaser thing.
It's you fight against a friggin' dictator in like Cuba, pretty much.
What even is the Far Cry universe at this point? Because in 5, the shit was fucking nuked. Then you had
countries.
Then you had New Dawn, which is just that Fallout. Then what's 6 about? Is this same universe or is it just?
I think it's all the
Who
same
fucking
universe.
cares anymore? I'm just trying to
Dude,
throw bricks at people in video games. What game can offer that?
Last of Us?
The Warriors.
Shit. Not gonna lie though, Far Cry 4 still has my second favorite villain ever in video game history.
I love the secret ending to Far Cry 4.
Thank you.
If
That's
you-
the ending that I first played.
If you simply just listen to
If
the
you
fucking
sim-
man and just sit there for 15 minutes,
we
you
were
just
fucking.
you win.
Alright, let's go shoot up some terrorists.
I beat Far Cry 4 for the first time recently because I was going to play it multiplayer with Tyler, but turns out he didn't actually have the full game, so he couldn't do it.
I'll get onto that
The
afterwards.
entire
Fucking
time.
spat.
Because
You
I
need it.
had the
it's a
full
must.
game.
It's a must. It's a friggin' good
I
game.
fucking I just started up the new game,
Are you
and
not
so
gonna eat
the
your
entire
fucking crust?
time he's trying to fucking set it up. I'm just waiting around, so I got the secret ending, and that's the first
just
time I
shoves it
ever
up his
beat the
ass.
game.
You know what's funny? I only found out about the secret ending through the fucking Rad Brad.
About
Yo,
it later,
yo.
so.
Deep throat the crust.
Deep throat. All right, here's some Eric Deep Throat's pizza crust ASMR.
It's not big enough.
Oh my god. No, dude,
Now time
honestly,
for some Eric
Far
vomits on
Cry
the mic
4,
ASMR.
one of my favorites. I would personally say 4 is better than 3. The
Well,
settings,
yeah,
the
numerically
setting.
it makes sense.
No, shut up. 5 is trash. New Dawn is trash.
Primal or whatever the hell it was
Primal,
called.
we don't even talk about that. That's like Battlefield 4
One.
Hardline. No, that's like
Hardline,
Battlefield.
I heard, like, I know.
No one
Hard-
talks about it. That's
Yeah.
why. That's why.
I
Like
forgot it
Primal isn't a
existed
bad
until
game,
now.
but it's just no one talks about it.
It brought the Far Cry experience, but without having like the overpowered guns you can get at endgame.
Dude, I love
Now
having
you have
overpowered
eagle
guns.
and bull.
My favorite from 4 was that automatic grenade launcher. You just, oh shit, enemies are rolling up with like a convoy of trucks and like 60 different guys. Thunk, 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 thunk. And then you just, what up? You know, you're just fucking.
Fuck with me now, you bitch. Here's both Far Cry 3 and 4 have their strong points and weaknesses. I
4
love
just has shitty ending.
3 had drugs.
I love 3 because
3
it had the
did
hang
have
glider, but 4 also had like the
Yeah.
gyrocopter thing, which was really cool because you fucking like grapple hook onto that shit and fly around like that.
You can use a mini grenade launcher like a pistol one, and you could literally become an airstrike.
Yeah.
Literally just chucking 40mm grenades down.
It's nerf for nothing.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Honestly, though,
It's like an
Far
airplane
Cry
that shoots
4,
lemons,
I gotta
but the
play
lemons
that game
explode.
again. It was so good.
It was a lot of fun.
Listen here, you fucking liberals. When life gives you lemons, you keep eating the lemons until you like the lemons.
What
And then you
about
better yourself after you eat the lemons
No,
because you're so
no.
tired of being sour all the time.
Trade them in
No.
for limes.
Hey, anyone says that life gives you lemon shit, I automatically
They
think
never
of,
had an orange.
What's that old? What's that creator of Aperture
Cave
Industry,
Johnson.
Cave Johnson.
When life gives you lemons, you turn them into fucking grenades.
And then you throw it back at life until you. I don't fucking know. I have it saved somewhere, but it was like my favorite fucking quote ever.
You know
That
what
was a
Far
really good
Cry
quote.
game we don't talk about?
Lemons.
Blood Dragon. The
Bruh,
fucking
Blood
Neon
Dragon-
No,
Light
it's a
experience.
good one. It's
That
a
was
meme.
Vaporwave. I had never even played it, and I was okay with it.
I loved it, but it was so heavily shit on.
Well, yeah, because it's just a reskin of Far Cry 3, but like still though, it was
Who
a good
fucking
game.
cares? It was
What was
Far Cry
fucking
3.
Clint
No,
Zapsky?
New Dawn was a literal reskin of Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it was dog shit, but Blood Dragon was a reskin and it was actually good. Because it was funny. But
Honestly,
New Dawn was trying to take it seriously, so...
best weapon to use in any Far Cry game is the bow. I
It's
absolutely
the
have
dragon
fun
that
using the
shoots
bow.
lasers.
Automatic crossbow, baby!
I never used that.
I'm going to be that guy now and complain about bows in video games.
It all depends
Oh, no.
on how the
The
video game
Minecraft
makes
one
you-
is the best.
Yeah, obviously.
Shut up.
But like, I remember this made me just disproportionately fucking angry. I remember when like Call of Duty, like what Advanced Warfare or whatever,
Black
it had,
Ops 3.
Almost
It had
every single one of
multiplayer.
them, after Black Ops 1, had a bow in it of some kind.
Bow or
Yeah,
crossbow.
and I remember specifically in Advanced Warfare, because it was Advanced Warfare. You had wall running, you had like robo limbs and shit. It was supposed to be futuristic, and I remember in multiplayer.
pump action
Black Ops
bow.
3.
What?
Fuck off.
I'm not kidding. That's a real
That's
thing.
a thing?
But like
Yes.
in the multiplayer, instead of like just being a faceless soldier with kill streaks, you were a specific named character.
Black Ops
And
3.
rather than shut the fuck up, Tyler.
That's what it was!
Hey, I like
I don't
like
care what
Modern
it
it was
Warfare.
Sparrow or something like
It was
that.
stupid, but I
Tempest.
remember the one character, her special
What's
was that she
Tempest?
used a bow, and I got so fucking
It
angry.
was Zero.
I got so fucking angry sitting there like, all right, you're in the future. You build up a special. What's your fucking special? You go back to the goddamn Stone Age.
But it was explosive
It
fucking bow
sucked.
and
It was
arrow.
stupid.
You could get a lot of fucking kills
Bruh,
with
you
that.
want explosive arrows? It's called a grenade launcher!
It's called Rambo 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Hey,
Yes.
technically, bows still have a place in Modern Warfare because they are very silent, right?
Until you
Use a
connect
fucking
you-
crossbow.
You use a crossbow. Not only do you have to worry about maintenance for a crossbow with all the parts, you use a simple bow. You literally a friggin' thing and a thing, two things.
Yeah,
and
but
maybe
the
bolts holding
you
it
need
together.
to train assholes to use a fucking bow. Like
And
a
then-
You need
cross-
to train assholes
then-
to use a gun too.
Hey,
Yeah, but if you train them to use a gun, then they'll be able to use a crossbow.
Hey, here's my other point too. You use a crossbow, you hear the mechanical noise. When you use a bow,
Yeah, true.
no sound at
But at
all.
the same time, just fucking.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was a pretty good game though.
It's the best COD, in my opinion.
Shut the fuck up, Tyler.
Eat your crust.
Yeah, I'll
Deep
eat my
throat
fucking
it.
crust.
No, but like bows are cool. Like I wish I could learn how to use one, but
I think they're neat. I just think it's really stupid when video games try to push like this advanced idea, and then they're like, oh yeah, bow.
I was the master of sticks and stones in COD Black Ops 2.
hey, you know what?
Which one was that one?
Black Ops 2, you fucking mongoloid.
No, I mean what
Sticks and stones, it was only crossbow, tomahawk, and something else.
Ballistic Knight.
I
Yeah.
remember everyone.
Those are cool.
I remember everyone back in like elementary or whatever. Everyone was always like, "Oh yeah, tomahawks, oh!" And they fucking whip their tomahawks into the air at the start of the fucking round. I used a tomahawk, realized it fucking sucked, but you know, at the same time, I
That's
also,
because you're not good, you fucking gamer.
Yeah, true.
No,
fuck
gamers have to
you.
be
I
good.
probably don't have much room to talk though, because I diamonded a knife. So.
Honestly, same. I know a guy that diamonded the shield.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you guys should play the
okay.
new Call of Duty out, the Modern Warfare one. I play it. I play the shit out
I
of it.
haven't
It's so
played.
much fun.
I haven't played a Call of Duty.
Download World War II.
I am still on it. It's got.
I got
at
gold
least
for the
50
combat
hours.
You still have to
shotgun just
buy that
yesterday.
game.
Yesterday,
It
not
was free
yesterday.
for last month on
Fucking
PlayStation.
Modern Warfare, COD Modern Warfare 2, or no, World War 2.
World War II.
That's gonna be the first COD I've played since Black Ops 2.
Bro, okay, you know
that's
what?
probably the best
Here's
way it
my
could be.
here's my opinion
Bro.
about World War II games in the Stone Age. Remember, Medal of Honor, best thing ever in frickin' World War II game history. None of that Call of Duty World War II shit.
No,
Fucking
no.
when you steal
Call
a
of
stealth
Duty.
Nazi jet, you just get that
off.
orgasmic.
Listen,
Dude,
I'm not going to disagree with you. It was good, but I still, personally, this is just me. I still prefer World at War.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. When you friggin' plant that flag.
Yeah!
It's really weird because, like, I feel back in the PS2 era, like, Medal of Honor was the shit if you were looking for, like, World War II, like, war games. And it was after that, when you reached, like, the PS3 and Xbox 360 era, that's when COD took the lead.
Yeah.
Because right after that, Medal of Honor just dropped off the face of the earth. They came back with Warfighter and never again.
Ooh, okay. Speaking of nostalgic game moments, what is the most satisfying moment when you had, like, this is PS2 and pre, okay? So, like, pre-PS2 era and PS2. What is your favorite nostalgia moment and the most satisfying? For me, I'll go first, is when I get to shoot Star Destroyers or Mon Cal cruisers in Battlefront 2 as a friggin' TIE bomber.
That's
or like
fair.
Y-Wing.
Just
fucking nuke one of those.
There were a lot of good moments in Battlefront 2, but one I always remember because I remember my friend...
It doesn't have to be Battlefront 2.
I know. But and it's funny because we were just talking about Medal of Honor, so that might be why I'm thinking of it. In Medal of Honor Rising Sun, there was one level where you crash an officer's car and you steal his uniform. And I specifically remember you're sitting in, like, the meeting room with all these official dudes, and you're trying to, like, listen to steal their info or whatever, and then the officer busts in the door in his fucking underwear, and he specifically yells, "Imposter! That's my uniform!" That one moment.
No, none of the Japs realize there's just a big-ass white American
they
dude
didn't notice.
in a Japanese uniform.
And I always remember that one fucking scene. Other than that, actually, because Rising Sun was, like, my favorite fucking
That was a
Medal
good
of
one.
Honor. I also remember the very beginning, where it's just fucking, you're on boats shooting planes and shit, getting in smaller boats, going around. It's a fucking wacky set piece. It's crazy.
A wacky one, but a good one.
Yes.
Still,
Best
definitely. Oh yeah, go
memory.
ahead.
I think it's called, like, just Oni or some shit. I had it on the PS2.
Is that the one where you're a sexy girl?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
I know exactly what you're
Like
talking
a sexy
It's like
secret
pseudo
agent.
cyberpunk. Pseudo cyberpunk.
Kyle's eyes glaze over, he, like, scanning code. Sexy girl, yes!
Yes, the sexy girl one.
But it was honestly, like, one of the best games I've ever played on the PlayStation. I even had, like, the blue disc when PlayStation did, like, specialty discs.
Yeah.
I even had that for that game. It was a lot of fun.
I remember
My-
those too.
My
It was a
favorite
privilege
moment.
card.
Yeah.
My favorite moment was in the Warriors, the riot level, because, like, there was a blackout in fucking New York, and, like, you were just running around and stealing shit. I fucking love the Warriors, man. Whenever I get my other buddy to come over and do the podcast, he can weigh in on this because me and him would just sit up all night, like, at least maybe at least an entire year of our lives was just spent playing the Warriors over and over again. We fucking loved that game so much.
That's how it was
Okay.
as a kid.
Yo, let me weigh in one more because I just remembered from nostalgia. Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Taking
man.
down your first giant.
Bruh, I sat there for just like, I sat there for 10 minutes staring at the fucking first Colossus walking by, and I'm sitting there like, I can't do this, I can't do this.
I did the same thing, but then I literally just walked up and started climbing him, and then, you know, you get the feel for it, right?
You
It
get
doesn't
the
hold
rhythm.
your hands. That game never held your hands.
It never told you exactly. There were multiple times where it just gets, like the third Colossus,
Yeah.
it took me a while to figure that one out.
The one that took me the longest to kill was that one castle one that literally had a castle on the fucking back or the front or whatever. The
Are you
dude
talking
was a
like
literal.
the final one where you're like where he like points and shoots at you.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, and
The
like
the
you
hardest
would,
one to climb.
you would
pretty
like
much.
stab his like arm, and he'd lift his arm up, and you're supposed to jump from his arm to his fucking
Yep.
shoulder. Yeah, that was the last Colossus.
Yeah, okay. Because, like, that one was the hardest, but that one was also the most satisfying.
Because when I initially played that as a kid, I got up to the sea serpent. That's where I quit. I was too scared to fucking
really?
fight that asshole.
That
Because
one was-
I tried. I was looking down at him like, this is terrifying. It took me forever to figure it out because I was too busy like running, like fucking crying or some shit. And then eventually because the way he works is you're trying to stab him so you can go farther up until you reach his head. But if you take too long, he'll eventually dive down and he'll just keep going down to force you to let go or else you drown. I just kept holding on, and this guy goes down, 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 and I hate water. And I'm just seeing that I'm in this like fucking abyss, just being pulled down. And I'm like, oh.
That's something that I
That's
wanted
the
to talk
fastest
about
one
too.
to kill for me.
He's pretty easy.
You know what thalassophobia is?
Not off the top of my head.
Fear of deep waters or
Exactly. I've been like, every now and again I'll like go in the fear of like, okay, I'm afraid of water, or I'm afraid of sharks, or I'm afraid of fish and stuff, and then I'll be like, I'm not afraid of water or afraid of sharks, and then I'll start looking up like pictures like that, and I'm like, okay, I'm afraid of them again.
Yeah, my fear is
Hey,
back.
speaking of, you want to go on a submarine trip?
Honestly, that's the thing though, I would love to. I would be terrified while I was doing it, but I would like to, because like my one dream, I want to go cage diving. Like nobody else in the cage, just me with a great white shark. That's my one dream.
He's just
I want-
furiously jelking in there.
Oh yeah, furiously. Like
He's got one of those like sea pickle things where if you fucking start beating it, it like has the white shit come out of it.
like I'm
Literally.
The
like
sea pickle.
listen. When I was from the age of 4 onwards to like how old are you in grade 8?
Grade 8, you're like
12.
14.
That's like 12 or
13.
13, 12, or 13,
All I
14.
read in the library was books about sharks and
I got
underwater.
pissed. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
And like that was all I read. People were like, "Oh, he's fucking stupid. He doesn't want to read any of the stuff in class." No, all I was reading was like underwater shit.
When I remember back
I was reading
like,
war shit, so
in those
we're
fucking
in the same boat.
in the school libraries, I remember the stuff I would read. I would just read those like the one book that everyone took out, the like monster book.
Oh yeah, I love those
Yeah,
too.
and it
Those
had
were
like the
good.
monsters, and it's like Loch Ness monster with this like custom illustration of it, the like spooky monster, or like Chupacabra.
Talking like the Dare.
I had the one about
No, I'm talking. It was a book that's like these are a bunch of folklores and monsters. And it
I
had
can't remember.
illustration of them.
I had like a lot of those books when I was a kid. I had the one for like werewolves, zombies, vampires. I had the one for cryptids as well. That one sucked. That one's boring. That was like
Do you remember
conspiracy
the
theory.
good
level
old
stuff. But I had one for dinosaurs, and I had one for sharks and like other like river monsters and stuff like that. I was big into river monsters too.
Oh yeah.
It's like an old book series every kid would have.
Bone.
No.
I remember a lot of people liked Bone.
I remember everyone liked Bone. I never read it.
I never read Bone either. I never read the Boners.
Yeah. No.
But
Little white dudes, you know.
That's one thing that I want to do in my life. I want to.
Read Bone.
No, I don't want to fucking read Bone. I don't care about Bone. But I want to just go underwater and just look at the fucking great white shark swimming by. I want to scuba dive with a fucking whale shark as well. Whale sharks are cool. I love whale sharks. Whale sharks are chill.
They're just big lads, you know.
Yeah, like that's one thing where people would like put in because I don't know why, but if I'm afraid of something, I need to pursue it so until the point that I'm not afraid of it. But like with thalassophobia, it's just been a constant battle of okay, I'm not afraid of it to I'm afraid of it.
Yeah.
Where like I'll see pictures of whales and stuff, and it doesn't bug me because I know whales aren't like super scary, except for fucking killer whales. I don't like killer whales because I saw blackfish. I'm not racist. Don't say it, Kyle. But
Nick.
fuck off. Killer whales are the only animal in the sea that I've ever seen that have killed because they're angry.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen blackfish?
No.
Adding it to the perpetual list of things we need to watch.
Naturally.
It followed the story of Tillicum.
Yeah.
The killer whale that was like trapped and kind of like beaten up by its coworkers, as in other killer whales, but
Naturally.
because it was the runt, and then it ate more, and then it got bigger. But like, I think it had killed or like maimed or severely injured like 6 trainers in its years, and the last one was the most gruesome. And that's one of the only sea animals that is killed simply because it was angry. Because, like, anything with that level of sentience kind of scares me. Like,
well, especially when they exist and maneuver in a domain where you cannot.
Bro.
Yeah, and like, that one, the last one was the most scary because, it was over something so small. They have that level of intelligence where they can get angry and then they can kill someone, but it was over something so small. Because Tilikum, the way that, like most animals, they're like given treats if they do something good. So, he did a trick, he goes and swims around to the trainer feeds him food, and then he goes and does the next trick in the session. He brutalized the lady. Like, he ripped her hand off, ripped her legs off, like, murdered her. Like, fucking murdered her. It's not like, oh, it's just an animal being an animal. No, this was murder. This was, like, intent, on purpose to hurt her. She forgot to give him a treat because he performed a trick. That was it. That was all it needed. The next time he swam around, he grabbed her. He pulled her under.
She killed his vibe.
Yeah. She was a fucking thotty. I shouldn't say
thoughts.
that. I shouldn't say that. That's fucked up.
The book I was trying to guess was Goosebumps. You remember fucking reading Goosebumps as a kid?
Oh yeah, I read a couple Goosebumps.
Having the whole fucking collection?
Did you ever read the Choose Your Own Adventure Goosebumps?
Maybe.
I loved the Choose Your Own Adventure books. I can't remember what they were called, but I remember Zombie one. I did a book report on one that was a
They
vampire.
wouldn't let me do those.
They let me because I was stupid.
Damn. I should've
Because
been
like it
stupid.
took me 5 minutes to read through the bad ending, and I was like, okay, this is the book report.
I remember reading the Goosebumps one. I could never find the proper ending.
Really?
Yeah, I kept reading through it. It's like, oh no, I turned into a fish man. Oh no, I got turned to stone. Oh no,
Maybe
my
there was
fucking
never a
girlfriend
good
is
ending.
dead.
Maybe there was never a good ending, like life.
Possible. I mean, Goosebumps was kind of fucked up like that.
It was made by fucking R.L. Stein, so...
LRRL.
But
How long have we been
Larperstein.
going?
we're pushing on 1 hour and 23 minutes.
Okay, that's decent.
That's decent.
Larperstein.
Can we talk about something real quick, though?
Sure.
Can we all agree that older games are a lot better than current games?
No.
Because you actually had a lot
Well-
more fun with it?
Well, here's the thing, right? I kind of talked about this with some buddies, actually. It's like, one, nostalgia factor is a big thing, right?
It's not even like me going back and playing it, but just playing it as a kid. It was
Yeah.
a lot better.
And, well, that's because there's a lot more challenges. There's not as many guides back then. There was like, you have to figure out shit for yourself.
Well,
so
also
it's
you're
more
a kid and you have
redeeming.
more
I
time
just
for
hate
it.
current gen games because they sacrifice story for graphics.
Well, no,
And
not just that.
here's a counterpoint, actually. You know, there are games from that I played as a kid that I didn't appreciate as much until I became an adult. And it's funny because I'm not even talking like serious games or anything. I'm talking Ape Escape.
Jelk's cock shoves thing up ass. I agree.
Yes. Like just as a kind of tangent point, when I was a kid, I liked Ape Escape. I enjoyed playing the games. I played multiple games of it. But it was only when I went back like years later as a teen where I'm like, man, these games are really enjoyable.
I just miss actually enjoying a good story-based game.
Yeah. So nowadays, what I figure, I agree with that because like today, like you got companies like all the big shots make the calls, right? Instead of the game developers.
Yeah.
Instead of
Like-
the actual gamers.
Like
Real gamers.
like Portal 2 and Portal 1, amazing frickin' story, right?
Yeah.
And like that's because the devs literally had control over the entire thing. But like you look at games like Battlefield 1, Battlefield
And
World War
Portal's a
II,
specific case of that.
and then there's like, well, not even like EA, Gearbox, who else? Ubisoft. Like they all ruin games just because.
Imagine if Siege actually had a story mode. You know how insane that shit would be?
Like, if Siege had a story mode, I would expect it to be like clearing houses, you know?
But just imagine, like, with Siege, each season, they add a new bit
Each
onto the
season?
fucking story
Actually,
mode.
they're making a game about story mode with operators and shit, eh? Did you know that? They are.
I heard they're making, like,
It's a cartoony graphic, though. It's like Fortnite graphics.
That's fucking dumb. I want a Siege game, but with an actual story mode. Not that
like
Modern
stupid...
Warfare. Story mode.
Here's
Sorry, we continue for a second. Modern Warfare story mode
Tyler's weighing in
was
again.
actually a lot of fun. I just wish it was a lot longer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It felt way too short. It didn't really feel like there was... It just felt like playing a fucking Max Payne game where it was just like a movie.
I wish
Yes.
they would make another Grand Theft Auto game and Skyrim game instead of re-releasing the same thing for
They plan
3 generations.
Doing a new Souls
You know what I
game.
really
Not
wish
Souls,
would have been good
Elder
this
Scrolls.
year, or last year, technically?
My fucking life.
Well, that, but Fallout 76. I really wish that was a good game. Like, I was like dead ass ready to play with friends, just like, yeah, bro, I can't wait to build bases, and it'll be like Rust but better, and it's a Fallout game. And then it's just shit.
Here's my problem. I played Fallout 4. I did not have fun with it at all.
What? I only had fun with it with mods,
Like,
to be honest.
they didn't really add mods until
Big
until
titties.
fucking years later.
here's
But when they said 76 was going to be like Fallout 4 but with online, I was like, nah, this game isn't going to be fun at all.
I was hoping for Fallout New Vegas too, and that's the same thing that I was hoping for with Outer Worlds.
Oh, I want to play that. But
I
it's on
have it, I've
Epic.
yet to play it though.
But it's on Epic Game Store, so I'm not buying it from there.
Yeah,
Garbage.
Fucking, my thing is like, with like old games being better or not or
Obsidian
whatever.
made it, right?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel
Oh, it's gonna be good.
modern,
It's. I mean, it is.
and
good.
this is just kind of a climate of the thing. I miss the like PS2 Wildlands era, where it was like
I miss just having
I-
like a huge open world.
no, not. I don't give a shit about open world. Like I like open worlds, but it's got to be like there's also
A good
factors
one.
that go into it. Yeah, to make
Like
it work.
a really good open world. I
All
think
humans
is
must die.
You mean Destroy All
Metro
Humans?
series.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
Destroy All Humans was fucking great. But that's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I miss that old era of games where all sorts of people were making all sorts of games, and they weren't afraid to make something with a completely different focus. Like back then, you could have a colorful game that was primarily about movement. You know, because who knows who's gonna buy your games? Who knows who's gonna like experiment, make something new? And that's why you had, it's like the old Mario games. They're entirely about movement. There's literally nothing else to it. It's just movement. Even your
There's no
combat
story.
is just movement.
I
Yeah.
want a new Mario game that was like Mario Sunshine.
Oh,
That would be
a
so
man of
cool.
good taste.
I miss when
I
it was
see.
bad to be a gamer
But they
or
just
play video games.
ditched that whole
Well, it's like-
idea.
My thing is like I miss the time when you could try these new when it didn't have to be the way that a lot of games are now. Like you
So,
could do something different. Like
Quick PSA. I guess this episode's gonna be called nostalgia circle jerk.
The gamer,
nostalgia.
they're the gamer jelking.
Yeah.
The
But-
gamer nuts nostalgia
but it's
joke
like-
session.
And it's like how I often go back to fucking Ape Escape because I do think that's a good example of that era where it's a colorful
Battlefront 2
stupid
for me.
game about fucking hitting monkeys with a stick,
Like,
but it's a game that just doesn't exist anymore. People don't do that shit
Yeah.
anymore. But I wish they would. I wish people would bring back that shit.
so
But
like,
how upset would you be if they came back with like Ape Escape? Like, how many Ape Escapes were there?
Three?
If they were following the main line, a new one would be Ape Escape 4.
If they came out with Ape Escape 4 now, and it was good, but it wasn't like as good as you remembered it, would you be disappointed?
hey, that's like me with Borderlands.
It depends on how you mean disappointing. Like if it was the same, if it was the same core loop, and had at least if it at least kind of had the same personality and feel to the old games, I would be fine with that.
Okay.
But
like you gotta like weigh in and out with it too, because like it's to the point where like what Q said, nostalgia does play a big role into a lot of these things. Where like sometimes it's better to just let sleeping dogs lie.
That is true.
It would also be a cool idea to introduce the new generation of gamers into like a game like
A
Ape
classic,
Escape.
yeah.
But that's the thing though too. I don't know if a lot of the people would like it. And from that point too, like who fucking cares if they don't like it? Then that's just their problem.
Well,
their
here's
deal.
here's an example that I'll give you. 2 years back when I was still working at, I had money. I had money. That's the big thing. So I had money to blow on whatever. I bought a brand new 2DS XL just for the shit of it for my own Christmas present because I was like, yo, I remember playing Pokemon. It was so fucking good. I played till Gen 1 from Gen 1 to Gen 4. And I was like, I want to see how Gen 6 feels. Played it for 2 days and didn't touch it again.
The thing is, I could go back and play like say Emerald or Ruby or something like that.
But I don't think I'll have the time, or I don't think I'll put in as much time as I did back then. Like,
And
my saves were 200, like 3-digit number hours.
That's all you did with your time, right?
and
Yeah.
and a lot of the thing too, like a lot of those games had a lot better replay value compared to others. Like even now, sometimes I'll come home from a night of drinking, and I'll just plug in my PS2 and I'll play Guitar Hero 3 for like 4 hours straight.
I'd like
Fuck
to play
yeah, high
Guitar
five.
Hero again. It's been a long time.
Guitar Hero's fun as shit. I wasn't a big fan of Rock Band, but Guitar Hero was like
Yeah.
I want
a lot of it comes down to songs too. Like it doesn't matter about like gameplay value. It's just Guitar Hero had like
music you
way
like.
better songs a lot of the time. I find it, and that
I
again
hate
that
new
may
Guitar
be
Hero though, because they went with the Rock Band route. Because like,
Yeah.
Guitar Hero has the circles, and the new one it's just a line,
yeah.
which is kind of dumb. Because that's the one thing I hate about Rock
Or
Band.
like
the most.
they have where it's like the 2 levels of there's like the one on top and then the one below for the notes that you have to hit. And like it's Guitar Hero Live, so the songs don't sound as good. At least that's what I remember from the last time that I walked into a fucking toy. What's the fucking Toys R Us? I walked into a Toys R Us and they had a demo of like Rock Band Live, and I fucking played that for like maybe an hour straight, and I was like, this isn't great.
I don't listen to live music.
Yeah, exactly. Live music is good when you're actually there.
When
to
you're
see it
there,
live.
it's an experience. If you're
Yeah.
not, it's basically just lower audio quality.
Very
Yeah.
few bands and singers can actually do live shows nowadays.
I actually like that live
There's-
music.
live
listening
music
to it.
is very hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? But
I'm gonna
Wish I had
neuter
something to
you
throw
real
at
quick.
you.
me and Kyle have been to a couple good live concerts and a couple bad live
Yeah.
concerts. Like one time I went with one of my other buddies to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers live. They were not great, and it makes me sad to say that. But me and Kyle went to see the Foo Fighters live.
That was an experience.
That was a great show. I fucking love that show.
Well, and that's the thing, right? When it comes to a live, because when you're listening to music while doing whatever, you're listening to music. But when
Yeah.
you go to a live show, it is a show.
yeah.
And you can tell with the Foo Fighters, they very much tried to put on a show.
Oh yeah.
And, you
And
know-
like they're doing like covers of other bands and stuff. It's almost
Yeah.
like a lot of the other bands that we went to see, like it was just kind of like they were doing a show. But like there's those odd ones where like the Foo Fighters, and when we went to see Matthew Good Band and Our Lady Peace, that was a good show too.
I remember with Our Lady Peace, they specifically are like, so we're going to try something different here, because y'all fucking came out here, you paid money to be here, you might as well get something more than just a worse
Yeah.
version of what you listen to anyway.
And like that
And-
last one that they did, I'm sorry to cut you off, but like this, I need to get
Is
this
this the
out there.
acoustic one, where they had like the drum and shit?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. That's what I
But
was
like
thinking.
also when they did Hello Time Bomb and they both came out and sang it
Oh
at the
yeah,
same
they
time.
fucking doubled it up.
That was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And then when they sang Jump at the Foo Fighters, like that's
you
they
were
sang
dying during that.
I was going fucking wild. And like I remember when me and my dad and my other buddy, we drove all the way out to fucking Toronto to see Red Hot Chili Peppers, because at the time mine and my buddy's favorite band was Red Hot Chili Peppers. And listen, I know they're trying to like push their new album, but they only played songs from their new album, and like the bare minimum of their greatest hits from like some of their older albums, it fucking blowed. Like, oh yeah, it was a cool light show. They had like a bunch of chandeliers like hanging down from the ceiling and swinging and shit. That was cool. They had a bunch of cool visuals on screen, but I'm not there for visuals. Like, yeah, it's a nice bonus, but I'm here for the music.
You know, I'm gonna say I've never been to a live music concert for like anyone really like famous, but like I do like to listen to ones that are like, I do like to listen to them MP3, you know, like just listen to a concert, and I like the atmosphere. Keep in mind, I don't listen to concerts that are just fucking everyone's raving or whatever. I listen to like those ones that are like
Higher quality kind of thing.
you know, like it's just like people like bands that play at like clubs,
like small, where like people are just kind of listening.
Yeah, listening, and then
cheering.
they cheer at the end. Like I like that atmosphere. That's why I listen to those ones.
And that's the thing too. Like
it's hit or miss, right?
Going to a live show, it's like it's completely a different atmosphere. Like I remember at the fucking
Depends on the genre too.
at the I can't remember if it was the fucking Foo Fighters one or if it was the Alice in Chains one. Alice in Chains was kind of good.
It was a nice setup, and they sounded nice, but there wasn't a whole lot else to it.
My biggest problem with the Alice in Chains one was they had the instruments way louder than the singer. And I like Alice in Chains mainly for the singer, and like I guess that's kind of unfair of me to do because the lead singer passed away. And like they had to get a person to replace him.
They had a replacement for him.
And he doesn't sound bad as a replacement. It's just he's not the
original
original guy. Yeah, but like they had the instruments way louder than him too. And I love the vocals for Alice in Chains. But like I can't remember if it was at Alice in Chains or Foo Fighters where a guy fucking decked some chick that was close to us in the face.
I'm not sure which one that was.
We were drunk for both of those.
True.
Yeah.
You see, the main audience thing I remember was that someone was blazing the fuck up during the Foo Fighters one, and that really annoyed me because like it smells.
You didn't bring enough for us.
Yeah, well,
so
because she was like a row in front of us and a little off to the side, so we're smelling it constantly. And it's like, look, I don't mind the smell if you're gonna pass it to me, but come on, dude, it smells like shit.
Give me a sip.
Just give me a sip of the marijuana. All right, Kyle. Listen. Next time we go to a live concert, we're gonna take edibles before we go. That way we can enjoy.
What's a good one to go to for that kind of stuff?
What?
A Tech 9 concert.
Yeah, you've been to a couple Tech 9 concerts, right?
I haven't been disappointed once.
I forget. I think it's the Mars Volta. They always say like, if you do drugs before, I think it was a Mars Volta concert, it's a fucking experience.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I wouldn't really want to go to a rave or one that has like a fucking like what are those things? A mosh pit?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I've told you about the mosh pit I was almost sucked into, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned it on the podcast, but like a long time ago with our other friend, I went to a baby metal concert when they were a new thing because it was like fucking why not? We drove out to Toronto for that shit. But it was a fairly small venue, and I remember like songs going on, and beside me I just see the people form a circle, and I just see a mosh pit start going, and I'm right next to this. I'm like, oh god, don't bring me into that.
I'm not gonna say who, but they've definitely been on the podcast when they got hired on at their workplace. Like the day that they did their interview, they went to a metal concert right after. And they were still in their suit with glasses and stuff, and they were like sweating and shit. And then the thing where like they separate the crowd, like one half of the crowd to that side, one half of the crowd to the other side, and then they just get one dude to run down the middle, and like they have the crowds like converge to start fighting each other and shit. He was the middle. Because he was in a suit, they were like, we're gonna fucking center out that guy. He doesn't look like he belongs here, you gotta run.
I remember I almost got involved in a mosh pit, and it was not pretty, because this one guy literally grabbed my shoulders and threw me in, and I was going head on with a fucking girl. I was like, I'm about to kill this girl.
Listen, man.
But I caught her, turned her to, like, fucking pushed her to the side, make sure she was alright, and I fucking bolted out of that mosh pit.
I know a couple people that are like really adamant about like saying like, oh, mosh pits are like really controlled, like there's not people that are there to hurt people, and like they'll pick you up if you fall down and stuff, but like
Oh, I've seen people get like bloody noses, bloody eyebrows,
I remember
and everything.
some dude that we went to high school with, like he fell into somebody's knee while they were kneeing somebody else, and he got his fucking nose broken. And like, if I found myself in the middle of a mosh pit, it would be like, I'm not a big dude. It
It's
would be a
on
fight
site,
for survival.
You'd
I
be a
would-
fucking feral animal.
I would not pull punches. I would bite. I would knee. I would scratch. I would do anything to get my way out of there because
Use a Glock.
I would.
Honestly.
If I found
Pop the
myself
block
in,
and end the mosh.
Oh, you know what? Better yet, instead of brass knuckles, take steel knuckles.
I would fucking rip a knife out, dude.
This is annoying.
I'm fucking scared. I'm fighting for my life in there.
Take some knee pads and then elbow pads and just fucking clock people. No. I've never been in one because I don't go to concerts. The only concerts I've been to are like orchestra and like classical music. And I like those.
I remember when it came to London, there was the Star Wars Orchestra that came to London, and there were a bunch of dudes behind me and my dad, because me and my dad went, because we were like super huge Star Wars fans at the time. There were a bunch of guys that were like, "Yo, that's a really cool stormtrooper," and they were pointing down at somebody in the bottom rows, and they're like, "Oh, that's like a 12-year-old. Did your mom pay for your fucking stormtrooper uniform?" And my dad turned around and said, "Did your parents pay for your fucking Jedi robes?" I fucking love my dad.
Mad lad.
Absolute loony.
I mean, let's
I
be
remember,
honest.
like, we live kind of close to a semi-ghetto area, and like there were a bunch of kids. There were a bunch of kids in my grade that were
Down there
like,
somewhere.
we
Right
were
there.
walking to one of the corner stores to get some slushies and shit. Me and my family. My little brother was maybe like 4 at the time, so this was like, maybe, fucking hell, like 9 years ago or so. And one of the kids, like there was like maybe 20 kids slightly over my age. My dad's a bit of a heavier set guy. And one of them was like, you got man tits," and then my dad he fucking got right in his face, was like, "Oh yeah, how about I rub your face in them?" I fucking love my dad. My dad's a savage.
You want me to head over there and give you a nice kiss, big boy?
I've always wanted to use that as a threat in case someone gets hostile at me. I'd be
Bro,
like,
you gotta
"Want a
own
fucking
it."
kiss, bro? I'll suck your dick right now.
You ever seen Blue Mountain State?
I don't think so.
Watch Blue Mountain State. I remember one episode where the guy was like, "I'll fucking suck your dick."
Y'all better shut the
Or
fuck
no.
up before I come over there and suck your dick.
The guy was like, "I'll beat your dick," to like a guy that was like 3 times bigger than him, and then everybody at the bar was like, "Beat his dick! Beat his dick!"
You know what? You know what? Better yet, if someone's hostile to you and they actually accept, after you say like, "Oh, I'll suck your cock," you just fucking crush their nuts and then just dip.
Just
Listen.
straight Johnny Cage that man.
I'm gonna get real though. I fucking love my dad. Like, I've never seen somebody that was like, he's a savage in his own way. He's kind of like me, where like he keeps to himself, but like he'll say some of the wackest shit just out of nowhere. But like this man crossed like heaven and hell to like stay with me and my family. This is getting a little too heavy for the podcast, but like I'll just go through it quickly. He had to have heart surgery not too long ago, and he's still a fucking animal. Like, he's still one of the most active yet not active people I've ever met, because like when he was under the knife, he died twice. He got shocked 2 times, and then he was still with us, and then the day after he had surgery, he was up and standing. He was walking around. fucking
Absolute
animal.
Chad.
Yeah,
Fucking
I
Terminator.
honestly believe that there's only good dads and only bad dads.
yeah.
There's no in between. You're either a good one or you're a bad one.
Here's the thing: you're either a dad or a father. I see
Yeah.
those as two different roles.
Good point. Good
A
point.
father is a guy who did his job as obviously
A dude, like a
caregiver.
duty.
And that's another gray area too, because there's a lot of people that were like shitty dads, but like later in life, like when you get your shit together,
When
they
you're like
they
an
kind of
adult,
seem
you
to get
kinda
their shit
connect with
together
them.
too. Because like one of my favorite books was Scar Tissue by Anthony Kiedis. I think I talked about this one last podcast too, with the lead singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers. His dad was a pretty shitty dad. Like this was his way of describing his father in the first little bit that he was introducing him. He had two lady-friendly fingers where it was like he cut his fingernails to be like perfect for fingering bitches, and then he would have a cocaine pinky where like he would have a diamond-encrusted pinky just to like cut up cocaine with and then snort. And like his dad taught him how to do drugs and shit, but then later in his life, like his dad was still kind of around and he was like, I'm gonna be good to my dad and then maybe he'll be good to everybody else. And then his dad cleaned up his act just like he did. So it's like
That's a
the
good
thing
story to hear.
with a lot of people. There's like, oh, they're like rock bottom and shit. It's like it's always between like a kind of a fight of, I don't want to say good and evil, but it's like you gotta pay attention to people and you gotta be there, and that's what makes it for a lot of people. Where people, they can be good or they can be bad, and like good and bad don't mean anything. It's a bunch of contradicting shit where it's like you need to be there for someone. You can't give up on someone. You can't believe that someone is too far gone, and you need to be willing to like.
But it can also be the case where your father is just too far gone.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing though. That's the hardest thing. It's like judging between like too far gone and not too far gone. That's what stopped me from being like a therapist, because I was like, is somebody ever too far gone? Like, is there anybody that you wouldn't help? When I was talking to my fucking therapist, and he was like, no, but I'm looking in his eyes, and he's kind of like, yeah, there's some people.
The thing you don't want.
People
as
that you can't
your
really
job
recover.
description says you
Like
don't want
here's
to speak it.
from
Yeah.
the father discussion. I think what it comes down to, the biggest thing that it comes down to, is maturity, right?
Yeah.
You need to be mature to become a father. You can fuck around and become a dad. Yeah, sure. You're literally just spreading your sperm around. But to become a father, you're giving up your life for the sake of your child, what your technical creation of love, right?
Yeah.
So you're giving up your freedom, you're giving up your economic privilege, you're giving up a lot of time and effort in order to raise a child so that they can become successful.
And that's what separates it most of the time, is people that are actually willing to set their lives aside to become like somebody that can be depended on.
Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of people that say, okay, I dropped out on this bitch because I got her pregnant. Have fun with the kid. And like, sure, whatever. Like I can't judge anybody on that.
That's
like,
personally why I don't really accept the hookup culture of today.
Exactly.
Is like it's technically meant for reproduction, right? That's what life is ultimately meaning. When we're organisms, the basic definition of organism is to reproduce. And I get it. It's fun. It's a good workout. It's pleasure.
I wish I got to work out more.
But like ultimately, in the end, if you fuck up and you accidentally end up creating something, like you should stand by it. Like
exactly.
That's what I think.
You need to. That's another thing that separates the boys from the man, or the average person from the like higher up person. Actually being able to accept the fact that you made a mistake.
Yeah.
Commit
And that's
to the
what I
next-
call the ultimate Chad move, is becoming a father, right? Like, you've made it, and you're still going to have to work hard for it and keep that status up. But you know you've made it once your offspring is successful and you can finally retire.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's a
another
full-time
thing
job.
too, where like success is measured differently through a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because what my level of success compared to a lot of people's is they can sustain themselves. If they can live on their own without me, I would consider that successful.
Without any economic or social help from
Well-
a different entity, then they're technically successful in your eyes.
To bring this to a lighter conclusion, because we should wrap this up soon, you had mentioned that Tyler would have a reading exercise today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. Tyler, it's time for you to read. Read this seductively.
No. Are we gonna gloss over the part where you just fucking punched me?
Oh, that doesn't exist.
I'll do it again.
False
Read it
accusation.
seductively and slowly.
I gotta get close in.
Give us some Tyler ASMR.
Hey there, gamers. What the fuck's with this title?
The title doesn't matter. It's just the start of it. I didn't make a title for it. Fucking read it, you slut.
Hey there, gamers. It's me, Big Glizzy. Why don't you whip out your throbbing mayonnaise slinger for me real quick? Don't shake it just yet. Just let it sit for a little. Okay, now you can. No, you sandwich-loving gamer. If you want to cake my what's that word?
What the fuck?
Pulled. P-U-L-D?
You don't even know what you're
Pulled.
P-U-L-L-E-D.
Pulled?
Yeah.
Start
pulled
over.
pork.
Start over without laughing.
Sorry, I did spell it wrong, but it's still pulled pork.
Oh. If I saw the next word, I probably would have got it. But okay, here we go. Hey there, gamers. It's me, Big Glizzy. Why don't you whip out your throbbing mayonnaise slinger for me real quick? Don't shake it just yet. Let it sit there for a little. Okay, now you can. No, you sandwich-loving gamer. If you make the cake my pulled pork, you're going to have to shake slower than that. Good boy. That's good. I know you love these milk bags. Okay, now shake faster. Faster now. Fucking spread it.